How's it going, everyone? This is the George here, and this is the first video of 2024. And I figure, what's not a better way to start the new year with a Funko Pop update collection video? That's right. If you recall, back in the end of August, beginning of September, I did a video on some of the Funko Pops that I have. And since then, I've gotten a lot more, particularly in regards to the holidays. Also, my birthday was back in October, so I got a couple around my birthday. So I have a lot more to go through than I did the last time. And sorry if I keep adjusting. These are new earplugs that I'm trying to get used to. But, anyways, here are just some of the Funko Pops that I have gotten from since the last time I did a Funko Pop collection video. Now, I'll put a link down below if you missed out on the first video that I did on Funko Pops. But yeah, as I said in that video, I only collect the Funko Pops of characters that I really like. Some of my favorite movie, TV show, anime, etc. My favorite characters from all that stuff. So we're gonna get started with the first one that I got since that video, Beetlejuice. So this is my Beetlejuice Funko Pop right here. And Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies to watch around Halloween. I actually got this in September. And with Beetlejuice, this is one of my favorite Tim Burton movies to watch. It's definitely my favorite Tim Burton directed movie. But yeah, Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton just gives a great performance. And Beetlejuice 2 is one of my most anticipated movies of 2024. So when I saw this one at the comic book store at my mall, I right away got it because I love Beetlejuice. And also, it's a good decoration for around Halloween. So, yep, there's Beetlejuice. And now I'm going to get to the second one that I got since then, which is Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. So I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. One of my most popular videos was actually the review on Dragon Ball Super Superhero. And in regards to Piccolo, this is my favorite Dragon Ball Z character, my favorite Dragon Ball character. A character that started off as a villain in the original Dragon Ball who became a reluctant ally of Goku's to stop Raditz. Then he mentored Gohan and became very close to Gohan and became a hero and became one of Goku's closest friends and allies. This is an awesome character that I enjoy. And one of my favorite things about Dragon Ball Super Superhero was the fact that Piccolo and Gohan got their chance to shine, because I kind of felt like after the Cell Saga, some characters didn't shine afterwards, and Piccolo was one of them. So, yeah, this is my first Dragon Ball Z Funko Pop. But yeah, I love this one, and I love Piccolo. So, there we go. And the next one, it's one I got for my birthday, is Deadpool. Now, this isn't the movie verse Deadpool. This is Marvel 80 Years Edition Deadpool. But yes, Deadpool, one of my favorite characters in Marvel Comics, in Marvel movies. I love the first Deadpool movie. I like the second Deadpool movie. Deadpool 3 is one of my most anticipated movies of this upcoming year, and I hope it's really good because Marvel needs a win. But yeah, Deadpool, I love the Merc with a Mouth. I like the 2013 Deadpool game a lot. I have that on the Xbox 360. I still play that every now and then. Yeah, I sometimes replay some of my old Xbox games, but yeah, Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds just gives a great performance whenever he plays his character, and I think the voice actor for Deadpool in some of the video games and animated stuff, Nolan North, I think he does a very good job as well. So, next Funko Pop is a combination of two of my childhood cartoons, Scooby Doo and Looney Tunes, and that is Daffy Duck dressed as Shaggy Rogers. So, by the way, I know I gotta take the tag off this, but this was basically on sale at the same comic book store that I got Beetlejuice and Piccolo from. But yeah, Daffy Duck dressed as Shaggy Rogers. So, yeah, I grew up a Warner Brothers kid. I used to watch Looney Tunes and Scooby Doo a lot on Cartoon Network, particularly Scooby Doo, Where Are You, and classic Looney Tunes. I grew up on the stuff. And this is the only one that I have in regards to this set where you can get other Looney Tunes characters dressed as Scooby Doo characters. I don't know if they still sell them. I'll have to probably get the rest of them online, or if they have them at the comic book store, get them. But yeah, Daffy Duck as Scooby Doo, Shaggy Rogers. Sorry. Actually, Taz, you can get Taz as Scooby Doo if you show the box right here. Sorry, the glare makes it harder. But yeah, overall, overall, solid Funko Pop. It's one of the Warner Brothers 100 years editions. There's a lot of Warner Brothers 100 years. The Steve Urkel one that I showed in the last video was 100 years one. So yeah, I'm gonna push these over here, move these over, and these next two I got for a really good solid deal on Black Friday when I went Black Friday shopping. So the first one is Michael Myers from Halloween. So I reviewed Halloween originally on this channel a couple years ago. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite movies to watch on Halloween, one of my favorite slasher movies. And Michael Myers, the thing about Michael Myers that always intimidates me is he never talks. You just hear him breathing and grunting. And because he's always got that mask on, you never really see what his facial expression is. But yeah, this was like the first time I saw Michael Myers Funko Pop, and it was the only one at the store. So I was like, I'm gonna go get it. Same comic book store I got the rest of them at. But yes, solid figure or Funko figure. And another one from another popular 90s movie is Rocky Balboa from Rocky. Like Michael Myers, this was the only time I saw this Funko Pop. The original Rocky is one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I've seen that movie several times. If you look on the back, you can also get Apollo Creed. I didn't see Apollo Creed. I got to, hopefully, if I find Apollo Creed, I'll buy him and I'll show him in the collection. But yeah, Rocky. Sylvester Stallone gives a great performance as Rocky Balboa in all these movies. It's actually the Rocky 45th anniversary one. But yeah, Sylvester Stallone. Yo, Adrian. Doesn't matter what matters how hard you could get hit. Yeah, Rocky, one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite series of all time. The only Rocky movie I really dislike is Rocky 5. I love the first Rocky movie. I like the second one. Rocky 3 was actually my introduction to the Rocky franchise. I saw it at my old movie club. That's the one with Mr. T as Clubber Lang. I like Rocky 4, the one with Drago. Rocky Balboa, great legacy sequel. And I love all three of the Creed movies. And I've reviewed Creed 3. I got to review the other Rocky movies one day. So now we're going to move into a couple of Star Wars ones that I got for Christmas. So the first one is Darth Vader, one of the best movie antagonists of all time. I love the original trilogy. It's one of my favorite trilogies. Empire Strikes Back, one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And some of the figures you can get in this set, Yoda, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Boba Fett, Princess Leia. No Luke. That's a bit of a surprise. I mean, there are Luke ones, but Luke's not on the back of this one. But yeah, I just love Darth Vader. I love the story of Anakin Skywalker overall. Slave boy on Tatooine who turns into a Jedi, becomes a Jedi Knight, turns to the dark side, redeems himself by saving his son. But yeah, I love Darth Vader, one of my favorite characters ever. And the other Star Wars character I got is Chewbacca. One of my favorite characters of all time. I love Chewie. When I went to Disney World a few years ago, I had to see Chewie. This is from the sequel trilogy line. I think this was from the Last Jedi line. And I know what people are going to say about Last Jedi, but honestly, it's Chewbacca. I don't care. Even if Chewbacca is not in a good Star Wars movie, he is still awesome because he is Chewbacca. And he's got a porg in his hand, which I don't mind the porgs. I know mind the porgs. Like, of all the problems Last Jedi has, the porgs are not one of them. But yeah, Chewbacca and Darth Vader, these are like two of my favorite Star Wars characters. And I was only expecting to get one of these for Christmas because I said either one of these along with or Darth Maul would have been fine, but I ended up getting both of these. Hopefully in the future I can get Darth Maul. And I know I'm kind of going quick with this, but I felt like the last video went a bit longer, so I don't want to drag this out as much as I did the previous one. So this is kind of like a lot more quicker. So next one, this is what I got with some of my Christmas money, is Spider-Man from No Way Home. This is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Also the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man. Yep. And this is quite a big line. So in this one, you can get all three versions of Spider-Man, as well as Tom Holland's Spider-Man with the final swing suit. You can get MJ, you can get Doc Ock, Doctor Strange, Green Goblin, and Electro. Um, I definitely want to get some of these. But yeah, I got the Tobey Maguire one, even though they have the other ones, because I grew up with Tobey Maguire as my Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, that was the first superhero movie I saw. I reviewed all these movies as well. And I even like Spider-Man 3, but, the first two movies are fantastic. Spider-Man 2 is one of my top 20 favorite movies of all time. The first Spider-Man movie was the movie that got me into comic book movies. It was the first live-action comic book movie that I saw. So it always holds a special place in my heart. And that's also my third Marvel Funko, because if you recall in the first video, I showed you my Tony Stark one before I showed Deadpool, and then there's Spider-Man. So we got two more. And the next one is Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is one of my favorite movie characters. I love talking about the Indiana Jones movies this year. It's one of my favorite franchises. I love history. I love adventure fiction. And Indiana Jones combines both of them. And Harrison Ford, he's always fantastic in these movies. Even the movie isn't that great, I think Harrison Ford is just amazing. So you can get a couple of Indiana Jones in this line, as well as Sala, Marion, Indy Sr., Henry Jones Sr., and Arnold Tote. I probably would get these ones as well. Maybe not the other Indiana Jones, because I think the only difference is one version of Indiana Jones, this version has the jacket on, the other doesn't, so I don't need both Indies. But I would definitely get the other characters, because Indiana Jones characters, or at least these characters, are awesome. But yeah, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is definitely my favorite. So I would definitely get Henry Jones Sr. with the collection, because, you can't go wrong with Sean Connery. But yeah, Harrison Ford is just amazing in these movies. Last Crusade, one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my other favorite movies of all time. Temple of Doom, one of the most bizarre sequels, but honestly, I still enjoy that movie a lot. And the last one, so I found Spider-Man and Indiana Jones at the same comic book store. This last one, I didn't find at that comic book store. I went to Midtown Comics in the city and found it. And it's from one of my favorite movie series, the View Askew universe, the Jersey trilogy, the Clerks trilogy, and that is Randall from Clerks 3. So a couple years ago, I reviewed the View Askew universe movies. Although last year, around this time of year, I reviewed Dogma when I finally got Dogma. But yeah, Randall from Clerks. And in this line, you can get Elias, Dante, Jay, and Silent Bob. I would probably get these characters, but I would want to make sure I get Dante and Randall first. I haven't found Dante yet. The comic book store, they had Elias, Jay, and Silent Bob, so I'm not worried about getting those ones. But it's Dante and Randall that I'm focused on getting. I kind of wish they had one of those big sets where Dante and Randall are behind the quick stop counter, because I would definitely buy that one. I don't buy the big sets, at least not yet. But I would definitely get that one just because, I love the Clerks. The original Clerks is probably one of my top 20 favorite movies of all time. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Clerks 2 is probably my favorite comedy sequel. That movie is just hilarious and so rewatchable. And Clerks 3, I know people have their issues with Clerks 3, because I get it. Spoiler if you haven't seen Clerks 3, some of the decisions that they made with some character fates like Becky and Dante's weren't that popular. But honestly, I enjoyed the story of Clerks 3. I still found it to be hilarious. And the thing about Kevin Smith's movies is when he takes something personal from his life and references it, or like utilizes it with his View Askew universe characters, I feel like he's at his strongest. With the first Clerks, it was, his time working at the Quick Stop, chasing Amy. It was like his failed relationship with Joey Lauren Adams. That's what I heard. Dogma, about his, like, how he was losing his faith in religion, or his, concerns with religion. Clerks 2, basically, settling for what kind of directing career that he was going for. And in this one, it's obviously his real life heart attack that he suffered. But yeah, Randall's one of my favorite pardon my language, douchebag characters because he is such a douchebag to the customers, to Dante, but he's also got a good heart. He also says some of the most hilarious stuff. And, he deep down he loves and cares for Dante. So yeah, I'm glad I found Randall, especially this one with like the hockey stick and all that. That is really cool. But yeah, these other ones I would definitely get, but I want to find Dante. The other three ones, Elias, Jay, and Silent Bob, I'm not too concerned about. So we're gonna go through these one more time. So Jay from the Clerks VOSK Universe series, Indiana Jones, the original Indy, Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Michael Myers, Daffy Duck dressed as Shaggy, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man / Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Deadpool, Marvel celebrating 80 years of comics version of Deadpool, Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in this line, because there's a lot of Dragon Ball Z ones, let me just mention it real quick. You can get the original Goku, original Vegeta with the Scouter, Frieza's final form, Cell's final form, and Goku as Super Saiyan. I forgot to mention that. So there we go. Rocky Balboa and Beetlejuice. So those are some of the ones that I've gotten all the ones that I've gotten since I did my first video. I haven't gotten any new ones yet, so who knows when the third one's going to come out. I want to wait until I get a certain amount of Funko Pops so I can also cover these Funko Pops, and I don't want to take too much time covering them in a video. But yeah, those are the Funko Pops I've gotten. Like I said, they consist of some of my favorite cartoons, movies, anime, anything that I just love and enjoy, because I'm not just going to buy all of them. But yeah, what are your thoughts on some of my Funko Pops? Do you like them? Do you have any of them? Are there any that you want to have that I have but don't have just yet? Or is there a particular one you would be interested in me finding and collecting? Let me know in the comments down below. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe already if you haven't. Please share us with someone that is into Funko Pops, that's into pop culture. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Take care, everyone.